There's something especially unsettling about a person vanishing into thin air. But what happens when that person is caught on multiple security cameras, walking into a place and never walking out? This isn't a creepypasta. This isn't an urban legend. This is the real-life case of Brian Shaffer, a medical student who entered a bar in Columbus, Ohio, and was never seen again. Brian Randall Shaffer was 27 years old, a med student at Ohio State, described by friends as smart, driven, and always smiling. He had plans to propose to his girlfriend. He was close with his family, especially his mum, who had just passed away from cancer a few weeks earlier. And on March 31st, 2006, the first night of spring break, Brian decided to go out. He met up with his friend Clint. They started the night with a few drinks, and by 1 a.m., they ended up at a bar called the Ugly Tuna Saloona. The Ugly Tuna was located in a second-story unit off an open-air escalator. Cameras were installed at the entrance. Brian was clearly recorded around 1:15 a.m., smiling and walking into the bar with Clint and another friend. At 1:55 a.m., surveillance footage shows him briefly stepping outside to talk to two women. He then walks back toward the bar's entrance, heading inside. That's the last confirmed sighting of Brian Shaffer, ever. There's no footage of him leaving. Not through the front. Not through any back exits. No known way out without passing a camera. At 2 a.m., the bar was closing. Clint and their other friend assumed Brian had gone home or slipped away to talk to someone. But he didn't answer his phone. He didn't return any texts. By morning, he was officially missing. His family immediately called hospitals, police, and local media. No one had seen him. Over the following days, police reviewed every second of CCTV footage, not just from the bar, but from the entire surrounding plaza. Brian never walked out. The building had only one public entrance and exit, the escalator. There were other doors, but they were either locked and alarmed, staff only and under camera view, or led to construction zones with no exits. Investigators considered the possibility that Brian disguised himself or hid in a crowd. But the timestamps, the angles, the pacing of every frame didn't leave room for that. It's as if he just ceased to exist. Days turned into weeks. Brian's phone remained off, his bank accounts untouched. His apartment was exactly how he left it. But there were things that didn't sit right. Clint, the friend he was with that night, refused to take a polygraph test. In fact, he refused to cooperate with the investigators altogether. When asked about Brian, Clint lawyered up and never spoke publicly about the case again. Some believe he knows more than he let on. Others think he was just protecting himself. But even now, that silence hangs over the case like a shadow. So what happened to Brian Shaffer? There are only a handful of possibilities, and none of them make sense. 1. He was killed inside the bar, and his body was hidden before police arrived. 2. He fell into a construction zone and was somehow overlooked. 3. He left the bar disguised and staged his own disappearance. 4. He was abducted, somehow from a location with no blind spots. Or something we're not supposed to understand happened that night. In 2008, tragedy hit again. Brian's father, Randy, was killed in a freak accident when a tree fell on him during a windstorm. A condolence page was posted online. One of the comments said, "Dad, I love you. Brian." It was traced to a public computer in Columbus, but it was never verified. It could have been a cruel joke, or something else. Brian Shaffer has been missing for over 18 years. There's still a $100,000 reward for information, and yet there's no crime scene, no body, no proof of anything. Just footage of a man walking into a bar and never coming out. What do you think happened to Brian? Was it something more sinister and his friends know what happened to Brian? Or was Brian a part of the plan all along and he is still alive? This is No Signal. Thanks for watching.